Referential integrity. Referential integrity is a concept in database management that ensures that the relationships between tables remain consistent. It maintains the accuracy and consistency of records at all places where the data is stored. This is achieved by implementing a guideline specifying that the foreign key within a given table is allowed to reference exclusively the primary key of another table.
LibreOffice Base
gives us following 4 options to choose from to maintain referential integrity in such cases. No action. This is the default option. This option states that a user should not be allowed to update or delete any record in the master table if any related record exists in the transaction table. Update cascade. This option allows the user to delete or update the referenced field, but along with it all the related records in any of the transaction tables will also be deleted or updated. Set null. This option assigns null value to all the related fields if the master record is deleted or updated. Set default. This option assigns any fixed default value to all the related fields if the master record is deleted or updated. We can access these properties by double-clicking on the relation line. Queries. A database serves the purpose of systematically storing data for easy and accurate retrieval. To locate and retrieve specific data, we communicate the criteria to the Database Management System (DBMS) through queries. These queries define the conditions, such as fields, to display or specific data values to filter records from the tables. Essentially, a query can be viewed as a question posted to the database. Based on the query's specifications, the system searches for and retrieves the relevant records from the tables in the database, presenting them in the specified format. This approach is particularly valuable as information may be challenging to extract efficiently from single or multiple tables, especially as the volume of records increases. Queries enable us to retrieve data without the need to manually inspect each record in the tables and facilitate the presentation of results in a desired format. LibreOffice Base allows us to create a query and even save it as an object in a database. This helps us to run the query multiple times as and when required. LibreOffice Base provides 3 methods to create a query. These methods are as follows: using a wizard, InDesign view, InSQL view. In this unit, we will discuss only first 2 methods. Creating a query using a wizard. Follow the steps given below to create a query. 1. Open the database in which the query needs to be created. 2. Click on the queries object from the database pane. 3. Click on the Use Wizard to create query option. The query wizard appears. 4. Select the table from the Tables drop-down list for which the query needs to be created. In our case, we have selected the Employee table. 5. Select the field from the Available Fields list box. 6. Click on the Greater Than button to add the selected field to the fields to the query list box. We can also click on the Greater Than button to add all the fields to the query list box. 7. Click on the Next button. The next step of the query wizard appears. In this step, we can specify the sorting if we want to sort the records in ascending or descending order. 8. Click on the Next button. The Search Conditions step of the query wizard appears. This is the setup where actually the query is set up or the criterion is given to the database. 9. Click on the Match any of the following radio button. 10. Select the field from the Fields drop-down list. In our case, we have selected the Salary field. 11. Select the condition from the Condition drop-down list. In our case, we have selected Is greater than condition. 12. Type the value to match the condition in the value text box. In our case, we have typed 50,000. 13. Click on the Next button. The detail or summary step of the query wizard appears. We have retained the default setting in this step. 14. click on the next page. The aliases step of the query wizard appears. In this step, we can assign a name to fields. 15. Click on the next page. The overview step of the query wizard appears. 16. Click on the Finish button. The result of the query is displayed. Creating a query using Design View. Creating a table using Design View is another way to create a query. Follow the steps given below to do so. 1. Click on the Queries object from the Database pane. 2. Click on the Create Query in Design View option in the Tasks pane. The Query Design window appears with the Add Table or Query dialog box appears. 3. Click on the table for which the query needs to be created. 4. Click on the Add button. In our case, we have added Employee and Department tables. The relationship is created automatically. 5. Click on the Close button to close the Add Table or Query dialog box. 6. Click in the cell in front of Field option in the bottom pane. A list of fields appears. 7. Click on the field that is to be added to the query. 8. Similarly, add other fields from both the tables in the same row. 1. Click on the Run Query button on the toolbar or press the F5 key to run the query. The result of the query appears. 2. Click on the Save button. The Save As dialog box appears. 3. Type the name for the query. 4. Click on the OK button. The name of the query will be seen in the Objects area in the Database window. To run the query again and see the results of the query, double-click on the query name. The results of the query will be displayed in a separate window. To close the query window, click on the Close button on the top right corner of the window. Editing a query. Editing a query means to make some changes after creating a query. Follow the steps given below to edit a query. 1. Right-click on the query name under the Queries object area. 2. Select the Edit option from the context menu. The Query Design window will be displayed. 3. Make the desired changes in the query. 4. Save the changes. Specifying criteria. LibreOffice Base allows us to specify condition with the query to filter records. The criterion row of the Query Design window allows us to add condition in a query. For example, we want to find the employee from the employee table whose department is art. Then we can specify this condition with the help of criterion row. Steps are as follows to do so. 1. Type art in the criterion row below the department _ name field in the Query Design window. 2. Press the Enter key. 3. Click on the Run Query button. The result appears. We can use the criterion row to apply multiple conditions as well. Also note that we can apply all relational operators like less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, factorial equal to, and equal to for all conditions that can be given in criterion row. Type the condition in the OR row. Using wildcards. We can also use the wildcards in the condition. Wildcards are special characters that are used to represent unknown or variable parts of a string. They are particularly useful in search conditions where you want to match patterns rather than exact values. The two most commonly used wildcards are the % and underscore. The % represents 0 or more characters. For example, if you use the pattern A%, it will match any string that starts with A. The underscore sign represents a single character. For example, if you use the pattern underscore A, it will match any string with A as the second character. For example, if we want to display the records where department name starts with the letter A, then we can use the following condition in the like operator. Performing calculations and grouping data. Till now, we have created queries to display data from the tables. Not only that, but we can also find the count, sum, minimum, maximum, and average of data values using specific mathematical functions in a query. We can specify these functions in the Functions row of the Query Design window. Similarly, we can group data using the Group function. SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is language designed for managing and manipulating relational databases. It is a standard language for interacting with relational database management systems, RDBMS, and is widely used for tasks such as querying, updating, inserting, and deleting data in databases. SQL provides different types of commands. Let's discuss some of them. DDL commands. Data Definition Language (DDL) commands in SQL are used to define, manage, and control the structure of a database. DDL commands deal with the creation, alteration, and deletion of database objects. The primary DDL commands include Create Database. It allows us to create a database. Syntax of the Create Database command is as follows. Create database, database underscore name. For example, create database company. A database will be created with the name company. Create table. It allows us to create a table. Syntax of the create table command is as follows. Create table, table underscore name. Column 1, data type, comma, column 2, data type, comma. For example, create table employee, in bracket, employee ID, INT, comma, name, varchar 40, comma, designation, varchar 40, comma, date of joining, date, comma, salary, INT. Here, 40 with varchar specifies that the number of characters to be entered in the name and designation fields can be up to 40 characters. Alter table. It allows us to modify a table after it is created. Syntax of the alter table command is as follows. Alter table, table underscore name. Alter column, column underscore name, data type. For example, alter table employee, add email varchar 100. This query will add email field into the employee table. We can also use the alter table command to remove the field from the table. For example, alter table employee drop column email. Drop table. It allows us to delete a table and its data from a database. Syntax of the drop table command is as follows. Drop table, table underscore name. For example, drop table employee. Before executing the preceding command, remember that the deleted table cannot be recovered. DML commands. Data Manipulation Language (DML) commands in SQL are used to interact with and manipulate data stored in a database. Following are some DML commands of SQL. Select. It allows us to retrieve records from a table. The from command is used with the select command. Syntax of the select command is as follows. Select column 1, comma, column 2 from table underscore name where condition, for example, select employee ID, comma, name from employee where employee ID equal to 106. We can select all the fields from a table using star sign. For example, select star from employee. Insert. It allows us to insert records into the table. The insert command is used in combination with into command and value clause. Syntax of the insert command is as follows. Insert into table underscore name, column 1, column 2, values, value 1, value 2. For example, insert into employee, values 101, comma, Amit, comma, sales manager, comma, 2010-2022, comma, 50,000. Update. It allows us to update records into a table. It is used in combination with set command and where clause. Syntax of the update command is as follows. Update table underscore name set column 1 equal to value 1, comma column 2 equal to value 2, where condition. For example, update employee set name equal to Adarsh, where employee ID equal to 101. Delete. It allows us to delete records from a table. It is used in combination with where clause. If the where clause is not used with the delete command, all records from table will be deleted. Syntax of the delete command is as follows. Delete from table underscore name where condition. For example, delete from employee where employee ID equal to 106. Note that in LibreOffice Base, we can execute only select commands. To do so, follow the steps given below. 1. Click on the Queries object in the Database pane. 2. Click on the Create Query in SQL View option from the Tasks pane. The Query Design window opens. 3. Type the query. 4. Click on the Run Query button or press the F5 key to run the query. Forms. A form is a user-friendly database element that facilitates data input and viewing in an attractive and easily understandable way. It serves as the front end for adding and editing data in any database, displaying the data in a style that is visually appealing as opposed to the simple row and column structure that we have created. A form has controls that are elements or components within a graphical user interface (GUI) that allows users to interact with the database. These controls are designed to facilitate the input, modification, and retrieval of data in a user-friendly manner. Generally, a form contains text box controls which are linked to the fields in the database table. Labels are attached with these text boxes, which is a piece of text that specifies what is to be entered in the text box. There are two ways to create a form, using a wizard and
Using the design view. Creating a form using wizard.
Follow the steps given below to create a form using the wizard. 1. Open the database in LibreOffice Base. 2. Click on the Forms object in the Database pane. 3. Click on the Use Wizard to create form option in the Tasks pane. The form wizard appears. 4. Select the table from the Tables or Queries drop-down list. 5. All the fields of the selected table appear in the Available Fields list box. 6. Select the field that is to be added on the form. 7. Click on the Greater Than button to add it to fields in the form list box. We can also click on the to add all the fields to the form. 8. After adding the fields, click on the Next button. 9. The next step of the form wizard appears. This step allows to add a subform. As we don't want to add a subform, click on the Next button. The next step of the form wizard appears where we can set the design of the form. 10. Select the desired design for the form from the following 4 designs. A. Columnar display with labels on the left of the field value. B. Columnar display with labels on the top of the field value. C. Display as data sheet. D. Block display with labels on top. 11. Click on the Next button. The next step of the form wizard appears where we can specify whether the form is used to display data, enter data, or both. We have retained the default setting. 12. Click on the Next button. The next step appears asking to apply style and setting field border. 13. Select the desired style. 14. Select the desired field border. 15. Click on the Next button. The next step of the forward wizard appears asking to enter the form name. 16. Type the desired name for the form. 17. Click on the Finish button. A form is created. Entering data using form. Follow the steps given below to enter a new record through a form. 1. Click on the New Record button on the form navigation toolbar present at the bottom of the form. All text boxes are blank. 2. Type values in all the fields. 3. Click on the Save button. The record will be saved to the table. 4. Open the table to check the entered record. Deleting record using form. Perform the following steps to delete a record using form. 1. Navigate to the record that is to be deleted. 2. Click on the Delete Record button on the navigation toolbar. The record will be deleted from the form as well as table. Searching a record using form. Follow the given steps to search a record using a form. 1. Click on the Find Record button on the navigation toolbar. The Record Search dialog box appears. 2. Type a part of a record which is to be searched in the text box. 3. Specify the place where to search the record. In our case, we have selected the name field. We can also search in all fields by selecting the All Fields Radio button. 4. Click on the Search button. The record appears if available in the table. 5. Click on the Close button to close the Record Search dialog box.